Alright, on the bench today, we've got something different. This is an original Tamiya Super Hornet. This is a kit that I bought brand new, unbuilt in a box. Only fairly recently too, so it's pretty hard to get these. This is a very old kit these days. This was my first remote control car I ever had as a kid. This is not the exact one that I had, but I had a Super Hornet when I was a kid. That's the first RC I ever bought. I've destroyed it and lost it now and it's gone, but I just because it was my first, I really wanted to get another one for my collection and to build one, because I never built that as a kid. I bought it secondhand already built, so I actually got to build this one. Not much to it, it's quite a basic kit being so old, but I still think it's quite cool, and being my first ever RC, I just got a bit of a soft spot for it. As you can see, if I just move this over to the side, I do have the original box. This is obviously what come in before I built it. It's got a bit of wear and tear on it, but being such an old box, it's pretty hard to even find one of these in a box these days. So I got lucky. So yeah, I do have the box with it, and obviously the manual, because I use that to build it. This is the car itself, all brand new, unrun. I probably won't run this because I just want to keep it in pristine condition. These wheels generally have stress cracks and stuff on them after you run them. I know my old one did. This one's beautiful, brand new. All the pins, everything is still intact, because obviously I completely built this from brand new out of the box. So I know it's never been run because it wasn't even assembled when I bought it. It was all still sealed in plastic. I did paint the body. The body does come black, but I ended up just putting some paint over it anyway. Put all stickers on. I did stuff up the stickers here at the front on these spotlights, because I put the stickers on before I put the lights on, and I lined it up with where it would mount. Just being an idiot, not thinking. I didn't think that, I don't know what I was thinking. So they've ended up going on an angle instead of being straight. I'll fix it up one day. I just haven't got around to it yet. Does have a driver figure on the inside. Just did a rough, quick job at painting that up. It's nothing special, but it's better than leaving it white. My original one, I never had that in there. I didn't even know it'd come with a head. It was just, there was always a hole here in the top, but I never had anything in the inside. So this is the inside of it. I've just put some cheap servos in it because it doesn't need anything special to sit on a shelf. Still got your mechanical speed controller that they had back in the day. This is what most of your RC cars had. See, it's got a bit of servo in here that turns this forward and backwards. Little contacts there. Nothing special. Heatsink up the top up there. Does have oil-filled shocks. Quite nice for what it is. It's a solid rear axle in the back. Independent suspension in the front. Also oil-filled. Suspension was always funny on these back in the day. When you're driving it, it often squats down in the front and angles the wheels like it does. I always had this steering rod in the middle because they're so thin. They were always bending and stuff on mine, but you just bend them back with your hands. It's actually quite a durable little car for what it is. It's quite thick plastic tub chassis. I never broke anything on this as a kid. Cracked the body a little bit, but I never had to replace it. Underneath, it's where your battery loads in. Just take out the pins, pull it out, and you can put a nickel metal hydrate in there. You can see at the back here, because it is solid rear axle, this section here, it pivots in here, and that's how you get your suspension movement. Just a brushed motor. This is just the out of the box standard. I think it might be a 27 turn, something like that. This is not a fast vehicle. This is made back in the day for, well, I used to run mine on Nicads that had like a 5-minute run time, and 2 minutes of that was at full speed, and then it would get slower and slower and slower. So RC's changed a lot from when I used to run this vehicle, but I still had a lot of fun as a kid with it. And I just think it's cool. I just like the way it looks. It's very light. It literally weighs nothing. If I could balance it on one finger, I could lift it with one finger. It's very, very light. As you can see, it's not the plushest suspension, but for what it was actually really cool to run. Just has a single body pin at the front there and 2 at the rear. Front bumper, very flexible. Used to be hard to drive when I was a kid. I could hardly keep this thing driving in a straight line because it's only rear wheel drive. Skinny front tyres, didn't have a lot of traction, especially once you run this a couple of times and all these pins are gone. It's pretty average driving, but for an old vehicle that we used to run back in the day, this is quite a nice thing to have in my collection. Like I said, it was my first ever RC car that I had as a kid, so I've got a soft spot for them, and I really wanted to get one and build one now that I'm older, and that's what I've done. And this one's gonna go in my collection with all of my other collectibles, and just something I'm happy to have. You don't see many brand new Tamiya Super Hornet videos on the internet these days. It's something that people have kind of forgotten about and they're not around anymore, but I really like it. This is definitely something from my childhood that I remember and had a lot of fun with. So yeah, it's just a quick video showing people. It may not be something that you've seen or are interested in, being so old. I'm not sure how old these are now, but I can't even remember when they did come out, but it must be 25 years ago easily. So yeah, it's just a quick look at it. If there's anything else you want to know about or want to see another video about it, I can make some more videos. Just let me know in the comments. But hopefully there'll be people out there that remember this vehicle and had fun with it as a kid, I'm sure. Let me know in the comments if you had one of these and you enjoyed it when you were a kid like I did. I wish I still had my original one from when I'm a kid, but unfortunately, you know how things go when you're a kid. You lose everything and break everything, so I got no idea where my original one went, but this is a nice replacement. This one's definitely in better condition than the one that I had as a kid. So yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want to see about it. But this is just my brand new original Tamiya Super Hornet that I built in the kit. And yeah, it'll be staying in my collection for the rest of my life.